1849, passed away in 1916. So he had 66, 5, and he was 66 years old. Yeah, it says, out at old Aunt Mary's, wasn't it pleasant, oh brother mine, in those old days of the lost sunshine of youth, when the Saturday chores were through, and the Sunday wood in the kitchen too, and we went visiting, me and you, out to old Aunt Mary's. It all comes back so clear today, though I am bald as you are gray. Out by the barn lot and down the lane, we patter along in the dust again, as light as the tips of the drops of rain, out to old Aunt Mary's. We crossed the pasture and through the wood, where the old gray snag of the poplar stood, when the hammering redheads hopped awry, and the buzzards raised in the clearing sky, and lulled and circled, and we went by, out to old Aunt Mary's. And in the dust and the road again, and the teams we met, and the countrymen, and the long highway with sunshine spread as thick as butter on country bread, our cares behind and our hearts ahead, out to old Aunt Mary's. Why, I see her now in the open door, with a little gorge grew up the sides and o'er the clapboard roof, and we face, ah me, wasn't it good for a boy to see, and wasn't it good for a boy to be, out to old Aunt Mary's. There's much more here, but basically and there's so many things in this damn poem that reflects in my childhood. You know, I can remember the red snag on this great big old tree that had died, and it must have been could have been a fir, maple, what the hell ever it was. Pretty good sized tree that it was beginning to turn rotten, and it stood forever, and there was a coloration in the top of that snag that was reddish. Mm-hmm. And when I first read this poem, that's the first thing that popped up at me in this thing. And the end of the when they get out to old Aunt Mary's, she had a cooling cellar, I guess. A spring ran down where there was a lot of growth around it, and she had it fixed out to where she could put her milk and her
butter,
jellies and whatnot in there, and the boys would go in there. The two brothers go in there, start gobbling up her goodies. But she didn't care. And the ending was what was the ending on that thing? And, oh, my brother, so far away, this is to tell you, she waits today to welcome you. Aunt Mary fell asleep this morning, whispering, tell the boys to come, and all is well, out to old Aunt Mary's. And there's a couple of more stanzas that I don't know why they didn't print it. Yeah, I enjoy poetry. There's so many in here that are good. River of Dreams.